We already got a Kevin and a person dude man. I know who that is. Y'all are fast. Like, I just pushed the button. Wasn't even convinced it was going yet. Alright. So if I put that there, I think that'll do it. You have no life. I think you have a very busy life. You got all that band stuff you're doing and baking 20 different things a week, it feels like. I know Kelvin's busy. He's always making squirrely things. Speaking of, I don't know why I have this little avatar. I was going to say you're going to have to show me how to make the light up thing work right, because you got a much better one, but this is just some random one I've been using as a joke. I didn't actually plan on it. You were reading and it just popped up. Well, what were you reading? Haven't actually baked in a hot minute. We're out of flour. Parents won't buy more. Been doing a lot of cooking. Well, what kind of cooking, if not baking? You just drew yours? Well, I meant like the, it's mostly mic settings. But I feel like he's lighting up properly this time. Last few times I tried, I was talking and he wouldn't light up, and then he'd randomly light up when I wasn't talking, but it seems like it's working. Grilling. Oh. I guess it is that kind of weather, isn't it? Reading about SDL3. I'm going to guess that's something computer related. Or maybe it's a game. Who knows? Ollie, I haven't grilled in forever. I have a really nice ceramic grill outside. It's called a Big Green Egg, if you've ever heard of one of those. And it does not get used. It makes really good food, but it's just too much trouble. I'm too lazy. SDL3 now supports transparent windows, so I could totally make my own PNG Tuber app if I wanted. Well, look at you go. Also, you two will have to let me know if the music is too loud in comparison to voice, or too low and you actually don't hear the music. So anyway, we have a game coming up that I gotta run. It's just a little, music's fine, that's good. It's just a little offline thing that I was gonna do for like me, Jacob, Peter from Tales from Elsewhere, and Dave from Grimwood Games. We're always maybe go up 2%. Well, I'm sure there'll be some variation in the tracks. We're just gonna do a little offline game because we're always on, always online, always doing stuff, and always working. So we're just gonna take a break and actually play some TTRPGs and enjoy them instead of studying them and making them and all this other good nonsense. So having a chill night in a few days. They're all out. Well, not all of them. Peter's at home, but Jacob and Dave from Grimwood, they're at a con right now. Maybe not right this minute, it's kind of late, but this weekend. So anyway, we're going to play a very silly cavemen versus lizard people. And I got to make a map since I'm running it. Just burned the heck out of my hand. I'm stupid. Dipped it in boiling water to see if my macaroni was... Well, that'll do it. Oh man, it wasn't too long ago. I made a big old piece of salmon in the oven, and I pulled the pan out that it was cooking in, set it on the stove, went to go get the little flipper to get the pieces of salmon out, and then accidentally grabbed the handle of the skillet. Man, I had just, my whole hand was marked up. I burned it real good. Anyway, bad guys are lizard people. Part human and part lizard weirdness. And for ideas, I know we gotta have a snake pit, right? Because we're doing lizards. And it's cavemen, so T-Rex room maybe? A dino in there? Should add mimics. Hey, okay, alright, alright. You know what? For sure, for sure. We gotta have a mimic in there. That's kind of the only thing I know. So, like I said, it's big Neanderthal, Neolithic, not Neanderthal, Neolithic period. I'll be taking some liberties though, like they're gonna be in a temple of sorts. So there's I guess you put this BBEG, evil dragon, the magical dragon giving the lizard people enhanced smarts. So that's how they'll build the temple. We'll say. Turns out the macaroni hadn't fully drained. You burnt your foot. Ollie, you're gonna kill yourself before the night's over. I probably shouldn't say that on stream. So, what are some other things we should have in here? Snake pit, maybe a T-Rex, some kind of dino, or a big lizard. And we'll have the mimic. It could be the world's first mimic. How about that, since we're in the Neolithic period? Maybe some classic spike traps or something. Should I stress them out really bad? Oh, that doesn't have to actually... Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let's see. Well, we gotta have a little starting room. Kinda... stress them out, Ollie says. Well... I guess we could. I don't think the wall really matters. Let me be honest, I don't think they can actually see the walls in the VTT. If they can, it's like just barely. So we will just go with what comes up. And we will say this is their little starting area. You don't want the shadow. Don't think it's necessary. Nothing like a good hallway, right? Stone doors. Ooh, that's not where that was supposed to go. How are we going to stress them out? Also, it already looks like I drew something I shouldn't have. Just started. Oh boy. Mine's in the gutter. Could do the classic thing that I normally do. Dip them out into a giant room with a bunch of doors to choose from. That's off center. Give them a health potion, but the health potion, you know what? I kind of like that idea. So health potions are typically red, right? What if they went into a room? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it had a table full of potions that were weird colors. And then there's the one red one, where they're like, oh, that's a health potion. And that's the one mimic. Corpses can be mimicked. Just saying. You know what? Maybe instead of lizard people, you know what? Here you go. Instead of the lizard people, it can be mimic people. And this is where mimics got started. Big lore reveal right there. Birth of the mimic. I still feel like this is lopsided. Am I tripping? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Huh. Just looks lopsided. Loving this campaign already. Hey, I mean, I don't think I've committed to the lizard thing. The lizards could be chameleons. They blend in with stuff, so that could be the start of the process. I just told them, I didn't even tell them, they picked the caveman setting. And I told them to pick their favorite dino, because we're going to have a dino battle at the beginning. And that's another map. So, you know, could be maybe the dragon cursed them with these mimic abilities. 'Tis an option. Alright. Should probably be a altar of some kind in the middle. Excuse me, right here. Kind of. Well, that was broken. Actually, that makes sense. Because this place was going to be kind of broken. Because Unga and Bunga have already come through here years ago. So that checks out. What would we have on this altar, though? The origin of the mimic. Alright, I should probably write that down. Or instead of lizards, we mimic people. And this is where mimics came from. Yeah. We're still keeping the BBG dragon. I'll just leave that there. That don't matter. Thinking about it too much. Don't really match, do they? Those kind of do. The dragon is a mimic too. Ooh. What would you gain from that, though? Because the dragons already, they know that's bad. That's usually how the mimics get you, right? They think you're going to grab something good. Nothing. Or, hey, maybe they find like a big altar, big stone altar, and it turns into the dragon. Because, you know, mimic. Possibility. Make a mimic take over the corpse of the dragon. Ooh. You know what, Ollie? That's gonna work because the idea here was this dragon gets woke up. Unga and Bunga, the caveman heroes, go off to fight the dragon, while the party and the rest of the tribe go assault the this lizard people tribe. And I was gonna have Unga and Bunga semi-lose the fight to the dragon, and it was going to come back to the party wounded. But maybe the dragon comes back wounded and like dies in front of them, and then a mimic consumes it. Yeah, you're onto something. You're a DM and didn't know it. Some skulls. What if we do... And then on layer 2... Rubble. Have some rocks like on top of him. Fell on him. I like that idea. I think we're gonna do the... Mimics, I guess the mimic could just eat the corpse, right? Would it make the mimic bigger? Hmm. It's Dave from EcclesiaCon. Well, not really, Ollie. That's the thing. Like, they just eat like anything else. They don't eat and grow, as far as I know. It's more like Kirby. I figured they just went into what they took over and became it. I don't know, because then they'd have to eat a door or a treasure chest to become that. I mean, you could make your mimics that way. Would be interesting. That would also give them some neat limitations. Kirby's a mimic. I mean, kinda. Well, no, he's not. He just copies things and eats everything. Can't stay. Just wanted to say hi. Well, hello. Are you having fun at EcclesiaCon? How did Nuts go? Did people enjoy it or did they hate it? I assume they loved it. It was their favorite TTRPG ever. Alright, instead of like dressing up this room, I should make more rooms. Favorite. That's what I'm talking about. So what if? I can't stay still. Look, I wanted to catch him while he was here. Can this be the snake pit room? They get like halfway across and just snakes fall out of the ceiling. Ooh, there could be a couple rooms. And it activates this, which warps them to the other side. I kind of like that. Yeah, because then we could... Let's see, I need this to be the same size. And then it's just like right over here. I think so. It's an idea. The snake pits mimic, or all the snakes mimics? We're gonna have to develop our own mimic lore. Alright, maybe we just have 2 basic rooms. Sort of map are we making? Well, it's actually going to be the one you're going to be in, Peter. A few days with your little caveman adventurer. Don't worry, ain't too much going to get spoiled. As slow as I make maps, and as much stuff as I change last minute. How'd the rest of your stream go? Your big 3-0-0-0, I guess, not just 3-0. I have no idea what this shape is, but it's a shape. Swords and stones. 4.5 hours. Wow. I can't do that. Oh. I have an idea. Maybe I shouldn't say it while Peter's here. Not really. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious when they see it. But 4.5 hours. Were you good in horse at the end of it, or? get into more of your whiskey. Ooh, I know what I want to do in this room. Dun, 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 dun. I gotta find my bones. Ooh, even better. Look at that. 4.5 hours of good stuff. Voice was very spent. I drank lots of tea and barely spoke a word. I record my weekly videos on Saturday, so I had to recover. Oh. I actually recorded mine. Today's Saturday, right? So I did mine last night, late, right before I went to bed. I haven't even listened to it to see how bad it is. I might sound tired. Wouldn't be the first time I've had to redo one. Oh yeah, there we go. We just have like a whole dino when you walk in. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I just need pieces. Wait, are you the guy with the suit profile? Yeah, that was him. The bones. Yeah, we got some bones up on her. Oh, I think we'll leave it at that. Maybe some rubble. We don't know if it's actually Peter. See, he's got like 3 people on his account socializing for him. He just won't admit it. We are Legion. Oh man. Some little rubble around in here. Alright, I need... What can I use here? Are we way too nervous to let anyone else log in his account? Yeah. Yeah. I can understand. Alright. That look like a switch coming out of the wall? Maybe that guy? Oh, that looks like a switch. Look at that. Gotta be creative. Lego. That's right, you haven't played Nuts before. This will be your first time. Although you did say in your stream that it wasn't your type. It wasn't your preferred. You like a bit more structure. So maybe I'll be super rigid with the rules for you. It's a switch if you narrate, it's a switch. That's right. I've used spoons as switches before. Yeah, these guys. Just have those coming out of the wall like that. I wish I had, like, just a singular bone that I could make really big. I don't have one. Usual preference is a bit more traditional when it comes to long form play, but 1 to 3 hour one shots, or 1, 2, 3 one shots. I'll play anything. Well, good. I probably should have picked EZD6 since this is supposed to be like a day off for everybody. Not working on our things. Not that Nuts is really getting a lot of work these days, it's just kind of there, but you get the idea. Been a while since I've seen your stream. Is the voice activated piece inspired from my stream? I did it. I threw it up there when me and Jacob first tried streaming, because I thought me being on the camera would weird people out. And then I think some people got confused. It's like, wait, is this Jacob's stream or is this your stream? Which one's you? So then next stream I was on the camera because I couldn't get the PNG dude to act right anyway. And then I had to put labels on us. It's like, this is the Squirrel. This is the Pro GM. So. And now Jacob's scared to come back. He thinks he ran off people. Why don't you let me put a door there? Ooh, why are you so finicky? Hey, ow! I don't know why it's been doing that lately. You put a door down and it's just like, say goodbye to that wall. If I do that, oh, the door's, that's, alright. Interesting. Is there such a thing as a day off? Not really. Not for a creative, I don't think. Also working on some maps for an Indominant session I'm running tomorrow. Ooh, we posted a screenshot. Now, that was the one, you were the one that said you were looking super forward to that, right? I feel like I have heard of that game a couple times. In passing. And there it went again. My wall. I'm Squirrel. Oh yeah, swords and stones? Alright, we'll see you around. It's another indie dev who hangs out in your server, just a cool dude making a cool superhero game. No wait, isn't Indominant... Is that show? The Think Man Think? Where that meme came from. And look at what they needed to mimic a fraction of our power. That's a good meme. That's Invincible. Okay. Close. Close. So just superheroes in general. I mean, that's cool, that's cool. That's cool. Invincible is peak. I haven't seen it. I need to watch it. I have heard good things. Grimwood is dead now. You're dead now? What's the difference between that and dead? Well, Grimwood, I was asking you how the con went, and then I was wanting to know how people enjoyed Nuts, or if they thought it was the worst thing ever. I really like Invincible and the boys. When I spoke to the dev for Indominant, he said he was inspired by the 90s, 2000s DC animated cartoons. The boys. Man, if that's the one I'm thinking of, that looked pretty awful. Like, I love the idea of it. And then it seemed like it took some really sour turns in later episodes. You were a zombie, but you offed yourself. Oh, I guess you were in a game. Or were you a zombie and nuts? Where are we at? The Boys is hard to watch sometimes, a bit too real, you know. Yeah. Yeah. But I love the idea of a Superman, like, in the real world and not being actual Superman, being a normal rotten person with superhuman powers. Can only go well. Let's see. Let's have a little... Your wife won't watch it? I don't think I want to watch it. After what I heard, I guess it's only 2 seasons so far, right? Most recent season, I heard some stuff about it. I was just like, ugh, that does not sound like a good watch. Will Smith, Hank. that was an awful movie. I saw that when it came out. It was something else, man. But yeah, that's kind of a similar idea, I guess. It's like Superman just doesn't care anymore. Let's see. I think we need more traps. Need some traps. What kind of traps we want to do? Peter, what kind of traps you feel like getting caught up in? Spikes? Bowling balls? Fire traps? Indiana Jones boulder traps? Yeah. Just have a token in the VTT that's a boulder. Just move it along. You know what we could do? Something like teach. Like traps that are the start of the tension rather than the end, if that makes sense. Traps that are a puzzle to solve once they're triggered. Ah! Yes, those are very fun. Those are very fun. I tried to do a lot of those in the D&D campaigns I started out in. Never worked too well, but that was because of D&D spells, being D&D spells. Here's some arbitrary damage taken from failing a perception roll. Yes, 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 yes. Stuff you can interact with, and kind of varying damage too, or like the more you mess up, the worse it gets. Spiky spiders, spikers. Could do that. I don't know about this room. Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know what I can do in here. A good trap asks the players a question, so to speak. Yeah. Are traps just timers for you or actual puzzles? I find traps so hard to make players feel clever unless I don't plan them at all and just go off what the players say. A great trap is a mimic. So, person dude in the chat, he's like the biggest mimic fan, for those of you who don't know. And when I bought me a little wooden mimic box from the con, I had to show him immediately. Yeah, I think I know what I'll do in this room. Put a piano in there. You gotta play a song. There you go. Make the player role play singing. No matter how bad. It would be a very mean thing to do. Tend to run traps like skill challenges / puzzles. They get punished for failure to cleverly solve it rather than punished for not noticing it. I saw somebody make an example, or yeah, they were talking about that, and they said, hey, instead of like a check to see if you notice the loose tile on the floor and then you just take damage, it's like let them step on the tile and it triggers, and then tell them, and then let them try and come up with a solution to get out of that situation, instead of just, well, roll to see if you, whatever. Ideal world is one where I am the smallest fan of mimics and everyone likes them more than I do. I'm big on telegraphing the pain, treating them more as obstacles. Exactly, that's the more fun approach. Yep. Sounds like a good way to do it. Go. Yeah, because it also... So this really worked out. In the 2 campaigns I ran, we had a guy who just rolled horribly all the time. So I learned to do things like that, because if the traps were just, well, roll to see if you avoid it or not, he would never make it. You like mimics, but not as much as ropers. Hey, I think I know what those are. You should do the 2 guards riddle. Oh, the one that can't lie and... or one that always tells the truth. I think I know that one. Oh, here's a portal. I could have just put that there. Well, too late now. Not really. Can always change it. I think it's fine how it is. Fighting words. I don't know. You might need to go look up what a roper is. If it's what I'm thinking of. That's a D&D monster, right? Let's say D&D roper. I got a tractor. A roper is also a tractor. Yeah, I remember that guy. Alright. Yeah, I think Parker introduced me to those. Like he was just at the end of a session he got to talking about them. They seem pretty scary. And I had an idea and I forgot what it was. Oh no. Could. Having a think. Did mimics? So here's a question for Peter. Did mimics originate with D&D? Or did they take that from like old folklore or something? Oh, Ollie knows. Mimics did not originate with D&D. I feel like they've probably some folklore or something, but... So you want to come into there. We'll start with that. How about that? There go my walls disappearing again. I don't I don't get it. Look at that. It's just non-existent. It thinks it's there. There's the line. Ah! That's trippy. Oh, and it still thinks it's there. Weird. I need a new map maker or something. Yeah, it really thinks it's there. So does that mean... Was it this one that was messed up too, right? No, that one. Yeah, see, it thinks it's there too. Huh. Very weird. Very weird. So if I wonder, how do we do a crop? If I just export it, does it actually come through? Test. It does not. It is legitimately gone. Okay. I don't know. That's weird. Oh, let's see. T-Dog. Never heard of Roper. Legolas is pretty sure it's folklore. Honestly, I don't know the history of the mimics. Or no. Right, apparently they did originate from D&D. That's hard to believe. Most likely European. The original creation of Gary Gygax. T-Dog, you still trying to figure out how the wall feature works? Well, apparently it's not working very well. For short research run, it appears that Gygax made up the mimic to punish overzealous players from looting every room without caution. I mean, hey, that makes sense. I have a looting player who knows mimics well. We did, in our campaign, I feel like there was a lot of tapping random objects. A lot of doors were checked. Of course Gygax would. Alright, I'm not enjoying this wall issue here. I hope that export's fine. So if I put a door over here, that one's fine. That one's fine. If I put my double doors here. Or is it the double doors that are tripping it out? Why won't it let me undo that? Well. Oh, wow, okay. It's undoing everything but that door. Man, this thing's really tripping. Delete? I can't. This door is permanent. Guys, we might have messed up. Alright. Okay, so it's not that one type of door. Wow, you cannot undo that door. But you can undo that one. Okay. Man, this thing is, You know what I think we'll do? I think we just won't put doors on there. And then the wall came back. Weird. I think when we deposit this into the VTT, we'll just make the doors manually. Cause that's trippy, man. I put a door there, doesn't do anything. That one messes it up. All right, very weird, very weird. I think Jacob said he didn't even put doors on his maps either, so it might be why. Your best friend is an old school dungeon run. This is a grappling hook or a dead halfling. You're gonna do the Dragonlance 2E Wild Elves campaign. I haven't. I just saw Dragonlance somewhere. Maybe it was a video thumbnail or something. I feel like. Oh, there's Peter's map in the chat. Ooh. That's fancy. Also, I should have the Discord chat over here, I guess, in case Demon Jim drops in. He likes to hop in the chat over there. All right. So our map is allergic to doors. We have found out. GM at the time used that campaign to scar me permanently by a monster called a curate. I think that's how you say that. You know, I've given up on doors. They look cool, but usually mess up the wall. Yeah, it's really gotten bad for some reason. Just have to half the time I leave out a door anyway. I forget one and have to draw it in anyway in the VTT. It's not too big a deal. Just an extra step. Haven't heard about that creature. Me neither. I'm gonna have to go dig into that one. All right. I should probably also look at some other map makers. I tried a couple before this one, and this one was just... I really like it. The walls are finicky, but I do like this one. There's a couple features I wish it had, but it gets the job done. It's pretty fast. It's easy to use. And it has a lot of assets out there to get. I bought one on Steam years ago, and it seemed neat. It was just really clunky to use. It did not have a nice user interface. I forgot what that's called. I can probably look real quick. It's Dungeon something. Dungeon. Not Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Painter Studio. I like the idea of it. It were a bit clunky. I may have to try it again though. Alright, so we got some fights, we got some traps. Peter, what's your hot take on riddles? Those either completely stump the players for me, or they whiz right through it in 2 seconds. Let's see. Let me get a tally here. Oh, there's. Okay. Well, I loaded the map. More walls went missing. Very good. Very good. I'll just get rid of all the doors. Hey, damn it. Whoop. Well, actually, I wanted to... Okay, it's like legitimately gone. Alright. Riddles? Actually not a huge fan of riddles. It's because the DM will always bust out the riddles after the whole table is 2-3 cheeks. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not the best time for riddles. I'm terrible at riddles, so I don't like it when I'm given one. But at the same time, I feel like they're cool to find. But I've used them a couple times. We had one, Glee. You'll have to help me remember this one. It was the one Zart gave us, and we spent... It was the first... It was a riddle to get into the dungeon where the one-shot started. And we spent so long. And it wasn't really that hard. We were just dumb. There was like 4 orbs. I guess it wasn't even a riddle. That was just a puzzle we sucked at. I don't know. You were supposed to spell something out, and Glee spelled something else with it. Yeah, that was... You were supposed to spell out... You had these orbs. I forgot how we got the letters off of them, but you were supposed to spell out open. And Glee jokingly spelled out nope, which was the solution backwards. Or not quite backwards, I'm sorry, I can't spell. It was bad. We spent. It was only supposed to be like a 2 to 3 hour game, and I think we spent an hour on that puzzle. Doors are the greatest enemy in my D&D group. Our combined time playing D is like 100 years, and doors we just can't get through to this day. Close enough is the riddle answer. Yeah. Too much lag. I typed it. Well, was I right? Did you spell out nope, and then it was actually supposed to be open? Is that what it was? Okay. We got stuck. I could give y'all like a maze over here to go through. I have a maze in the Egyptian one shot I want to do. I don't know if you'll be a part of that one, Peter. Depends on if you want to join or not. I do look forward to running that one though. I thought about doing it for our game coming up, but I think Cavemen kind of won the vote, so. And that's alright. I'm down for Cavemen. It's an amazing idea. What, a maze? Oh, amazing. Ha! You got me. I don't know about mazes. I find myself making them a lot, but I don't know if they actually work well. Let's start dressing this up a little bit. Also never know how long it's going to take to get through a map, but the good thing is, since we're not streaming, we don't have to worry about that too much. If we just get bored, we can just stop it. If it goes longer and we want to keep going, we can. You haven't run a maze? So, I got one. Let me make sure. Let's see. Do you see it in Egyptian one shot? Here we go. It's not too much of a maze. I mean, it's this mess right here. They come in through here, and you know, there's a couple dead ends, and you put stuff in there, and they're like, this is a puzzle room right here. Yeah, you can see my mouse. This is a puzzle room. This is a puzzle room. This is a puzzle room. It's just you got to get to them, and then there's little tricks in some of the corners. Like one of my things I think's fun to do in a maze, or just a narrow hallway, which you get a lot of in a maze, is have them go to a dead end, and when they turn around, so like a slime generally, or some gelatinous cube or whatever appears, drops down from the ceiling, and just very slowly moves forward, like it can only move one tile at a time, and it has a ton of HP they have to churn through before it gets to them and corners them in the wall, and just blah. Something fun to do is make a mimic. Always a mimic. So, it's okay. We had a big maze in the campaign, and they had to go through it. They didn't have to go through it multiple times. The problem is there was multiple ways out of it, and they had to find the right way out of it. That was a trippy castle they were in, or dungeon. And they had fun in that one, because they just were scattering all over the maze and running into different issues. But sometimes it can get kind of frustrating. Like, especially when you find what you need and you want to go back quickly. It's like, then I just usually take their tokens and drag them for them. kind of floor we want going on here? A nice cracked floor. That's maybe not blindingly white. Yeah. Yeah. I think that looks okay. We can always change the color later if not, right? Brighten it up a little bit, which we might do. That does look better. Lego agrees with making mimics. It's old Grognard! Grognard, I want one of your mugs. The back in my day mug. I saw that post. I don't know anything about that system, but like, I still thought it was funny. I've tried to read up on those rules, and like, it's confusing. Check the stream chat. Oh yeah, you just posted something. Doors are the common enemy of all game devs. What you? Let's talk about doors and games because a throwaway comment I made yesterday apparently touched a chord. Doors suck, devs hate them, and if your game doesn't absolutely need doors, don't implement them. That's a long string. I go read that later. It's like you, Scrap Glee, FJ, the egg guy, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, we haven't seen the egg guy in forever. I know what you're talking about. Just did a video on how to translate Thaco and descending AC over to modern style ascending. Oh, well, a feller should watch that, shouldn't he? I'll be like one of those React channels and just watch it on my stream and take all your views. That was a wall, not a floor. Oh, we're back to blinding bright white. Oh, that's okay. We'll fix it later. Matter of fact, we'll just do that right now. We'll take this color. Can we? Nope. All right. Work with me. We can. Look at there. And then if we grab that, and that, and whoop. Oh, we missed a spot. Grimwood never told me how nuts went. Trying to chat and hang out online while also sitting at a table. Rude player. Rude. So rude. Alright. We're gonna need lots of rubble for reasons. I'm gonna get carried away with the rubble. Stones everywhere. Alright. What is that? A bubble? That is a very tiny bubble. My goodness. What is this a map of? And Ollie's gonna go scroll shorts. There goes the brain cells. This is... Remember to add more mimics. Well, we might. We might. Me and a couple of lads are going to be running a game pretty soon. It's going to be offline, just hanging out, taking a day off. And they wanted to be cavemen. So this is in the Neolithic era, but slightly advanced because the people they're fighting against have an evil dragon helping them out. Because I didn't know how to make a temple that made sense in that world. So... Unga and Bunga are gonna save the day. So, like, I don't guess I can have a suit of armor in there. But, like, I can have stonework, right? Caveman stone? What are you guys going to play? Nuts? Yeah, we're gonna play some nuts. Quest for Fire. No. But you know what I did watch recently and regretted every minute of it? It was Barbarians. Captain Caveman. Yeah. I think it was Barbarians. Let me see. Old 80s movie. Barbarians movie. Apparently there's a 2021 film called Barbarians. That's not it. The Barbarians. 1987. It was bad. It was very bad. It had good music, though. It had weirdly good music that did not fit the movie at all. There needs to be a magical club that allows flight. Okay. You know what? That is a good idea. I am going to add that to the notes. I have to hide the notes, though. They got some spoilers on them. Alright. Magical club that allows flight. Looks awful. It was awful. Trust me. You know, this barbarian from the Times calling somebody a bonehead. It was great. It really wasn't, though. It was terrible. First few times they do it should be like Ralph from Greatest American Hero. And Lego's back. Welcome back, Lego. I missed that. Oh, you can color that one. Do we have anything lizardy? Well, I guess. Yeah, that checks out. Alright. I guess you could make that. Ooh, that might be a little too big. There's too much gray. Here's some pillars. Some broken pillars. Somehow the roof is still standing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll have that like that. And then... See, I wish... I think, anyway. So, like, these broken pillars here, right? That's pretty easy to see. It would be nice if I could have some pillars. See, if I put that, that just looks like a giant dinner plate. I need something with a little bit of perspective. I guess you could do like that, maybe? Kind of. Maybe a shadow? Whoa! Kind of do something like that. Look at me. Look at me doing things. I need some with a square bottom to match that. Shadow off. Yeah. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Came out a lot better than I thought it would. How about right there and there, and then look at there. All artsy fartsy. Stack them like you had and can them outwards away from the center. That's just Zelda style. Yeah. That's what I'm trying here. Let the stream catch up. You'll see it. I do wish I had more assets like that, because that comes to mind a lot of times when I'm making these maps. It's like that a link to the a link to the past, right? That was a Super Nintendo one. I love that, like the stairs, how sharp they are. They go upwards and everything like that. And that, yeah. Link to the Past was Super Nintendo, right? Am I tripping? Link to the Past. Yeah. That was Super Nintendo. Yeah, that was SNES. Nuts available anywhere already? Did I miss it? Oh, yeah. No, it's, gotta love it when you say yeah and no in the same sentence. It's, I'll just drop you a link here. It's in Discord. It's on an old video. The document is a little messy at the moment because I was right in the middle of revision, and then they wanted to bring it to the convention with them. So I was like, I just slapped this mixed bag of stuff together for you, but it's still very playable. How do I? If I give you that, does that work? Let me try it here before I give you some dud. Alright. So this is the link to the folder that it's in. And I keep the link to the folder because that way when I change the document, update it, make it more legible, or, you know, add something to it, that way you don't have a dead link to a document. It's just the folder. Well, it should always work. So check back occasionally from time to time to see if it gets updated. Link's Awakening's Game Boy and Ocarina of Time in 64, yeah. And then The Adventure of Link was the second Zelda, right? That awful side-scrolling one. Ugh. And then just Zelda was the first one. Link's Awakening was great. We played a lot of that when I was a kid. Loved the Windfish song. Excuse me. Actually, let me double check that document I just sent you. Where is that? Calendroll. It's got the new detriment. And it's got the new Take a Breather. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, look at that. And then it should have the new skills. Yeah. I have little notes in there. It's like, hey, this is modified from the original, or this is brand new, and I'm testing this out. So. You might, towards the end, like in the items, it looks like I fixed it. Towards the end, you might find some wording that doesn't match anymore. but the main stuff's updated. Well, I'm gonna be right back. All right. Now, Lego, what's your favorite Zelda? I catch a lot of flack when I say Ocarina of Time's not my favorite Zelda. I enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Did a lot of cool things. I just got salty about it because every Zelda game that came out after that played like Ocarina of Time, and I had grown up with all the different Zeldas. Each new Zelda game that came out played very differently from the one before it, and that's what I had come to expect. So when Majora's Mask came out, it was like, this is the exact same game. I was so mad. Little 12-year-old me, or however old I was. Alright. We could have... Do we have like a torn... I don't think I do. I don't have like a torn rug. I can just make a scorched trail to the thing up there. Got chains. What is this? Rubble. Yeah, well, Don't have what I want. That's fine. I guess it's fine. We'll make it work. Let me put this under. You know what? Would grass grow under here? Or like weeds grow on top of it? Probably not. It's old and dusty down here. I say down here like it's underground, but I don't think it is. How about just some dynamite right there? Unga smash! A car, you know, the DeLorean is here waiting for him. I did think about doing that with the pyramid map. It's like they just find random bits from different timelines in there and find out the pharaoh was a time traveler. Could have been cool. I think you need something else in here. Let's see. Some spider webs. Could fight a big old spider. To make things weird, have a map for the caveman. That's a crash. So, you joke, but I seriously want to run extended one-shot, some-shot campaign, whatever, where you do play as cavemen, and all of the dungeons and whatnot you explore are actually, like you said, crashed spaceships, and your magic items is alien stuff. So like, but you have no idea how to make them work, so it's magic to you. So like, if you find a rifle, an alien rifle. It's like, oh yeah, it's got 20 shots in it or whatever. And when you use it, that's it, because you don't know how to reload it or anything. Oh, I so want to do that. We had that idea on one of our Planar Crossroads chats, and I'm just like, oh, we gotta do this. If I end up doing nuts modules, there's a monster trainer catcher one I want to do that uses that setting, and like the monsters were actually brought in by aliens as their creatures, and they had special training devices and stuff. So could be fun, could be incredibly stupid, but also fun. Kind of dig the cobweb, man. Ooh, if I do... That's gonna go under both of them. Dang it. Have no fear. I have an idea. If we grab that, and that, and that, and that, and we put them on 2, and then we hop back over here. Ayo, look at that. It tucks up under there. Genius. Expeditions to Barrier Peak module for OD&D. Oh. Spooder webs. That's awfully big spider web. That's an even bigger spider web, my goodness. Do I have a little spider I can put in there? A spider egg. Well, he's not little. I mean, we can make him little. He's very weird colored. Black and orange. There's a dead spider. Oh, here's a regular. Oh. Spider warning, I guess. Current DM loves taking those adventures and converting them into whatever edition system we're currently playing. Did play in a game where one of us had an ordered belt. So Peter, I think you said you have a group and you just rotate GM every week. Are you like playing the same campaign every week and you just swap GMs, or is it just one shots every week? Not every week, rotate. Oh, we rotate every 6 to 8 months. Well, I misunderstood. Changing campaigns, but usually staying in D&D. I could have swore you said something about swapping GMs regularly. Or more often than I get. Maybe I'm tripping. If you want to have weird tech items for D&D, you can find a lot of them in Gamma World. You did a video on that, didn't you? About tech items? I feel like I watched that one. I really liked the one about you had. It was a while back. It was about the old gambling rules in one of the old games, or old books. Had knuckle bones in it. And slot machine rules. Did a couple game awards. I thought so. I always feel like my maps are so empty, but theater of the mind, right? Just pretend there's something in there. I do want more skeletons. Peter will find out why. How do we... mirror? There we go. Oh, here we go. Well, he got squished. If you ever need radiation rules in D&D, yeah, I remember that. So I hear that the Fallout tabletop, there's probably more than one, but the one I heard, like it was a lot. It was a lot mechanics and crunchy to keep up with, and it was not fun, which is a shame because I love Fallout. Love writing radiation games as a horror sequence. After watching Chernobyl, it opened up my mind to the possibilities. Good times. Maybe just a regular one right here. Ugh. Alright. I gotta have some swords. These are far too shiny. Like they can have. Do we have a shield that's? Yeah. Excuse me. The spider killed everybody, that's what happened. Killed everybody. Alright, I'm not sure. I know what I want in here. Just not sure how I'm gonna do it. Need my totally a switch. Why do we use the hammer? Kind of looks like a big middle finger coming out of the wall. Rude. That needs to be bare for reasons. Alright. We're doing things. Doing things and getting places. I really wish I had a big... That's a bug. Excuse me. I wish I had a big lizard. I don't know what that is. It looks like a mosquito. No lizard. Well, that one would work. Is that a mermaid? No. That's a butt. Old demon. See, I want something coming out of the wall. I guess you could do that. A little weird. That one almost goes into that one. You got the dragon head. Dragon, gargoyle, whatever. You got those. Got Big Bertha here. That one. No lizards. I need a big old lizard statue. What happens if I just type lizard? Yeah, lizard rug. Alright. I think we'll just use the head. I don't like it, but we'll do it. And we'll make more pillars. You know what I should do? I had an idea. Big brain moment. Let's see. Put the pillars back. Right there. That might be too close to the statue. I need to get rid of them. Lego post and door emojis. Dang, I need like a size in between. Those need to be on 2. I don't like it. We can do... There we go. Yeah. So we got to do away with the rebel over here. Unfortunately, this thing has some built-in rubble. Yeah, that's part of it. And I don't think... Was that an altar? Yeah, that's just how that one is. Although, what was it called? Does this... Where'd it go? Does this tell me if I hit it? Dang it. Room like that would be an interesting location for a battle versus a powerful earth elemental type of being. If it starts losing, it knocks the pillar. Ooh, and the ceiling starts to give a sign of collapse. You just gotta head out. Have a good rest of your stream. Alright. See you around, Mr. Peter. I thought you were gonna say there, knock spill down. I thought he was gonna knock the pillars out and like consume the pillars, the pieces that it made, add on to itself. But I guess you could just bring the place down. That also works. Portal. That was okay. That was the word I couldn't think of. So, hear me out. What if we do away? Now that Peter's not here, I can talk about all the spoilers. Because he's going to be playing in this map. Yeah, both of those ideas are cool, Grognard. That kind of looks like that. I mean, sort of, not really. So what if? How about a nice blue? Oh, that's gonna be. We can hide it. Put that there. And then like, oh, that looks more like that though, doesn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just drop this guy here. Once had a battle where the PCs were fighting ogres that were standing behind a stone fence. They would take the rocks from the fence and throw them. Yeet! Unlimited ammo, yeah! Make good use of that fence. What is this? Pastry tart. That is not portal. Ooh, magic portal. It's grown over. Okay. That's cool. So here's the idea. Like, they're gonna come here because this is a place that their tribe has previously wrecked. Like the two heroes from their tribe, Unga and Bunga. So the party's coming here, and they're gonna come in here. And it's like, oh yeah, that's why there's rubble everywhere. Everything's broke because they came here before. That's why everybody's dead. But then they're gonna trigger these switches and then activate this portal, go to the other side, and realize nothing has been touched. Unga and Bunga were not as successful as they thought they were. Because Unga and Bunga are cavemen, they're not smart. But they are mighty. Also, so, Grognard, I'm going to, in this room, there's going to be a switch down here, as you can see. There's going to be a giant sleeping T-Rex. Don't worry about how he got in there, because I don't know. The thing is, they got to sneak around there and get that switch. Without waking the T-Rex. And then I want a snake pit in here. But we were talking about traps earlier. It's like, okay, I don't want to just flip the switch snakes and now they have a forced fight. So I don't know if I should just like have a hole with a bunch of snakes that they have to get over. I guess I could do that, couldn't I? I forget how to do things. Wasn't there a tool for making holes in the ground? There's a cave. I forgot how to make holes in the ground. I really... Oh, no, there's not. I remember what I did. I used... Yeah. Whoa. Oh, it goes through that. That's cool. I've used the water tool before to make a hole. Yeah. I think that's what I did. Yeah, and then you like, and there's a big pit, and then you can draw a wall around it. I think that's what I did. Something like that. It kind of looks like a hole. Have a series of handholds on the wall so they can climb around the snakes. Ooh, okay, okay. So we can. I really wish Dungeon Draft had a doodle tool. That way I could just doodle on here and show you what I'm talking about. I guess the alternative is here we go. I can do this. Whee! Oh, I can't. Oh, they won't let me draw. Is that because I'm in? Silly word. Do I have to do this? I do. Okay, well, you can still see. So, you could have... Here's our room. I was thinking, basically, just a big pit here they got across. It's got creepy snakes. S for snake. Like just Indiana Jones style pit of snakes. But you know what we could do? Take your handhold idea. So check this out. So instead of just a big pit in the middle, as soon as they walk in, like there's one tile's length worth of floor, and then it zoop, this is some bodacious artwork here. It goes down, right? This is cave wall. And then that end. Oh, I made a straight line inward. And then it goes down like that again. Of course, that's just a bigger pit, isn't it? I thought I was onto something. And I'm clearly not. But you could, yeah, you could have your little handholds to get across. Right? Something like that. Here's the switch. Little snakes. Little eyeball. Little forked tongue. Yeah, it sounded better in my head, Grognard, and then I drew it out, and I was like, that's just a giant pit. So they could just walk in and there not be a pit, and there's just snakes everywhere. Of course, you already got a sleeping T-Rex in the other room. So you could have a bunch of snakes in here that look hungry. If the pit isn't too wide, you can have objects in the next room they could use, like a pole or a big table. Ooh. Yeah. Thinking, because I feel like if they walk in, it's just a flat floor full of snakes. It's going to be too much like the T-Rex in the other room. It's like, alright, how do we get past this creature? Maybe instead of a giant T-Rex, you could have a pack of raptors in there sleeping. The snakes could be awake and slithering around. Excuse me. But what's the trick? Just to walk confidently through them? Sinking snake pool, like sinking sand but snakes. Oh man, that's a terrible way to go. So you just have this floor of snakes and you think it's solid and you try and shimmy through it and you start sinking into it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's mean. Alright, so snake room. Sinking sink pit is an idea. Deep pit with a bunch of snakes. All the snakes turn into one big snake. Yeah. I'd also thought about, you walk in, room's empty, and you're just like, oh, there's a switch. And you hit it, and then a bunch of snakes fall down from the ceiling. One special snake? Yeah, I like that idea, but like I said, there's a big dino in the other room, so that's kind of redundant, maybe. So if they hit the switch, and then snakes just fall out of the ceiling, the snakes don't have to attack them. Maybe it depends on how they react. And if they're just like, hey, we don't attack them, we just walk out of here, you know. Maybe they're not hungry. Snake elemental? Ooh. Snakes from the ceiling. Ooh. There could be poison snakes in the mix. Oh. No. Hear me out. So you gave me an idea. There's a special snake in there, right? What if the switch needed one of the snakes? Maybe it's a poisonous snake. Maybe they gotta get the poisonous snake, get the venom out of it, and fill a cup up or something. Some reason there's a special snake in there and they have to find it. But how would you do that? Like, what would be the dice roll, or how would they you could have a bunch of different colored snakes and maybe something on the wall that suggests a certain one, and they have to find it. And then they have to roll to grab the right one. But then you're in that situation we were talking earlier about, like, yeah, traps aren't the most fun thing if you're just rolling. Like, what would be their way to have a clever solution to figure that out themselves? What if they had a big basket and put all the snakes in it, then yeet it into the room? They could. That would be a clever solution. T-Rex just gets swarmed with snakes. Might have to work on this one. It will have snakes, though. I hope. I mean, we're fighting the reptile people. Lizardy, snaky people. This is some very corny music. I really like the idea, though, of a special snake. And they have to, like, walk through this pool of snakes to get to the middle. Or, well, we already brain farted that one. I was going to say maybe there's something in the middle, like a switch. But I was like, well, the switch is at the end of the room, and they'd have to get across all the snakes. Interesting. I don't know. I got nothing. That's we'll just come back to that one. T-Rex is pretty simple. Or raptors. You have your dino over here. Sneak past him. Writing video about how overland travel works in 2nd edition. And did a part where I was doing conversions to have dinosaurs as mounts and pack animals. Yes! Dino pack animals. It's the best. I'm telling you, ever since we did that chat on Planar Crossroads with about Neolithic stuff, I've been super wanting to do it. Cut it from the script, but I'll add it back in later. D&D Caveman. I feel like the setting kind of lends itself well, right? You can have magic. People bonking each other with clubs. Anyway, I think I've been at this for like... Where's my timer? 1 hour and 47 minutes, so... I think that's a pretty good spot. It's getting a little late here anyway. I need to find me some dinner. So I think I got some ideas to work with. I got some kind of map going on here. I know, say they got this part to go through first. If I can find it. Is it this one? Yeah, I don't even know if I'll use the map. They're gonna ride in on dinos and have a big mounted combat thing with a bunch of these bad guys. Storm the temple. And then they'll be in here. And then there's going to be a big dragon fight at the end of it. So I'm thinking, so this room, I didn't want to say too much about Peter is in here since he's going to be playing. I think they're going to come in here, these doors lock, and then this portal opens and water's just going to come through here. And maybe some electric eels or something. I just have no idea what the puzzle's going to be yet. I just know there's going to be water involved. And then I just drew a room over there for reasons. Oh man. And I think one of these is going to be a bonus room. Baby. I don't know how to handle bonus rooms. It may just be a locked door, and if they want to spend the resources opening it, they can. Yeah, probably what I'll do. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. I got some brainstorming to do, and this game is like less than a week away, I think. So I better get on the ball. But I'm going to find me some grub to eat, poke Glee, I guess, yell at her a little bit. And you got to take old dog Nard for a walk. That's right, man. Gotta walk the doggy. Give him a belly rub for me. I haven't seen my neighbor's dogs in a while. It's been wet outside, so. There's Glee. Anyway. Let's see, what's today? Saturday? I got a video. No, I just dropped a video this week. So it'll be a while before I see y'all again. I'll try and stream again in the meantime. Make some more maps or play games or something. I don't know. Anyway, I will see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Goodbye.